give me platinum plaque. I'm a goon or something, I make do with that. Ain't here to small talk, don't need the chat. Know that I was made in the lab. The scientist screaming, oh my God. Give him swagger, a Tone Beach vibe. Let him hit the streets, let them die. What I mean to be great when you at halftime. When you're 20 years old, never had a touchdown. When you lose a control, all your brother's been gone. You're confused, you're alone, never earned you a dime.
I got the goal, I think I'm gonna win. Race in the morning, yeah.
Hey, what's up, everyone? We're doing a special edition this evening. We're talking about, can men and women be just friends, or is there always more to it? So that is this evening's topic, of course. So, and it's a very interesting topic. I think people, inquiring minds, want to know: is it a possibility? So, what you say about that? Is it a very possibility?
Well, okay, so I think it's possible. I think anybody can be disciplined with themselves. I think naturally people become attracted to people just naturally. That's how you become friends. That's how you become significant others. There is an attraction that creates, or that happens between people when they meet, whether it's a physical attraction, whether it's an intellectual attraction. There is something that is pulling them towards that person. Now, because of the topic, I think it just kind of depends. I think it depends on the person, like I said, and how they are disciplined. I think it can definitely be hard for men and women to be just friends.
Right.
I can say this for myself personally, because I have been friends, like two of my best friends are males. And I've been knowing that I'm about to be 46, my birthday. And I've been friends with them since I was like 13 years old. Okay. Their first wives, unfortunately, it was so crazy. Like their first wives, I loved them. They became my best friends as well. So, unfortunately they passed. But there was never a time where they questioned whether or not I wanted their husband. It's funny we're talking about this conversation because my best friend, one of them, Galton, we were talking about that, and he has really been, like, him and his family and his wife have really been heavily involved in the church and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it was just a topic of conversation. And I was like, there are rules that I set for myself. Now, everybody don't do it like this. I mean, I am a product of the 80s. So things have been taught differently. That's just how it is. I will not call, past a certain time. You will not receive a phone call from me. Okay. Because I feel like there's a certain respect that you definitely have to give their wives. Okay. Now each of them have new wives now, and that respect is extended. I look at them like they're sisters, like that. Those are my sisters. Now, and I tell it's so funny because I was like, look, I said, if there's any time that your wife feel funny about me, just let me know. I won't call you. I just know that I love you. I love you like a brother. I know you love me like a sister, but I will respect that relationship, because I know that my relationship compared to the marriage or the house of marriage is nothing. So, no way. I'm not going to involve myself into that kind of mess. And I don't like that. I wouldn't want that done to me. So, I always follow the golden rule: do unto others. That's how I try to live my life. A lot of people, I think, they are, especially when you get older, you realize that a lot of people get unhappy with you. because of, especially when you are the type of person who give a lot. You give a lot of yourself to people, and they they get upset when you change. But that's one thing that I have never changed on. I treat people the way they treat me. And I that's why when it comes to like friendships, I would never disrespect a marriage or relationship between my friends, because I don't ever want that to be a situation where it turns around and happens to me. So,
Right.
but there are a lot of situations that it people are not disciplined. Okay, um, they can't be friends. I mean, that's just the truth.
Right.
But I think you kind of there are some things, there are characteristics, I think, that when a person get into a relationship, Vernon, they know. There are man, there are friend. Look, there are red flags. Like, ain't no. Look, I'm about to say, ain't no bitch in this world. I got look around you. It's so funny because I cuss a lot. So I try to, maintain my demeanor here.
Right.
Trying to
Right.
be
Right.
here, trying to be cute, whatever. But yeah, a lot of bitches, they don't respect marriages and relationships. They just do not. But and I said this to somebody today. I said, when a man opened their mouth, ain't nothing but lies that's coming out of their mouth anyway. And he was like, what? He was like, that is not true. I said, yes, it is. I said, but it's not just, it's just not men. I mean, it's for everybody. I said, but I am playing. I was playing. I mean, kind of, just a little bit.
Said kind of just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a
Just
little
a little
bit.
bit. Just a
Mm-hmm.
little
What you
bit.
think? What you think, Ray?
Like, I mean, I know we were talking about this, and I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I could be friends with some females, but I'm not sexually or romantically attracted to them. It is
Mm-hmm.
possible. A lot of
Yeah.
people think that women, but hey, if I'm not feeling you on that level, I'm not feeling you on that level. I'm not gonna force myself on that because deep down inside, I be playing myself. So some people you can put the friends on, but at the end of the day, if you come across someone and y'all be friends and y'all develop chemistry, you can't shake it. You can pretend all you want, but if it's there, it's just there. I mean, but anyway, but some people, I don't feel them on that level. I just keep it just
Yeah.
like that and just keep it
Yeah.
rolling. And I'm a man. They
Yeah.
think all men wants to hoe around, but I don't hoe around, so that's not my DNA at all.
Yeah.
Because I'm not feeling you like that. I'm just not feeling you like that.
So what do you do when okay, so wait. Look, I'm about to get in your business. I'm about to get in your business. You looking like, don't you do that, Lo. Okay. So what if you feeling a woman for a brief second? Okay. How do I want, you know what? Never mind. I ain't even gonna say.
I mean,
Nah,
I'm an
never mind.
adult. I'm
Never
a
mind.
I'm a big boy. I mean, I'm a big boy. You know what I'm saying? This is not middle school. This is not elementary school. But no, at the end of the day, let's just be real. Let's just keep it a buck. People
Just
have to be
saying,
honest.
right?
I'm just saying because people have to be honest with themselves. Stop playing themselves and just be honest with themselves. When the times now people walk around with eggshells, they don't be honest at all with themselves. And I think
Mm-hmm.
if people learn how to be honest with themselves, it says, the truth shall make you free, right? So if
That's
we
true.
learn how to be honest with themselves, and I think people are scared of the consequences of, not saying a bad consequence, but they're afraid of consequences because let's say you is feeling this person on this romantic level and that
Mm-hmm.
person isn't feeling you on that romantic level. Now comes a conflict of interest there. But that's when you need to open and be honest, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people scared
Yep.
to be honest. They walk around eggshells and stuff like that, trying to pretend, don't want to address the elephant in the room. But you know the elephant's in the room, but you keep ignoring the elephant. The elephant's the biggest thing in the room. but you keep ignoring the elephant. So I think learn how to be honest and just stop downplaying everything. People just walk around eggshells. Say, yo, I'm just afraid. I'm afraid, but
I mean, have you ever had an issue like have you ever had an issue of like just being insecure in a relationship or questioning like your woman's friends if there was something more? Like like say for instance, like have you had friendships where some of your homegirls have had boyfriends that have had issues or problems with you?
nah. You know what? I'm be honest with you. I never had a lot of female friends. I
Mm-hmm.
never had female. I really never had that many female friends. I had coworkers back in my
Mm-hmm.
old job,
Yeah.
and we was friends. But like I said, I never had like, oh, we could call each other to hang out. I never had female
Mm-hmm.
friends like that. If I was always involved with someone, female
Mm-hmm.
wise, it was just in a relationship. I never had a female that I called a friend because if I was
Mm-hmm.
with someone,
Why is that?
why is that?
Why is that?
Because that never came. Because we hang out with the fellas, it's like we talking sports, we doing stuff, we playing video games. But when it came to your woman, especially with guys, if you feeling a woman and you want to be with a woman, you made that woman your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
But never like be friend. Like, okay, for example, and I hope I ain't talking all over the place. Like, all right, when I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
my high school sweetheart, we was friends. And
Mm-hmm.
then it developed into a relationship, and then we became boyfriend and girlfriend. My high school sweetheart. Now that has happened probably just one time. But if I was always into someone, I just went right into the relationship. And somebody told me about this, and I think that was my biggest downfalls. I never developed a friendship, a bond with a woman, because we think, okay, bypass the friendship, and you jump right off into romance, but
Mm-hmm.
never really got a chance to build that bond up with your lady. Like,
Yeah.
and then she build that bond up with you. Like, what
Yeah.
makes her smile? What makes her laugh? What makes her tick? Cause at the end of the day, your your friend, your significant other, that should be your best friend, right? That should be the person you could find into each other. I ain't saying being a crutch for each other, but you should be able to find into each other. Uh, always hold each other accountable. Uh, always support each other. Always keep it 1,000 with each other. Stuff like that. But I never really mastered, and that's something I really lacked in that area when I went back home to visit. And someone revealed that to me, like, wow, I never really did that. Because you think when you with some, it's not you call your girl ups, you just calling her up. We just okay, we going out, and that's it. But never really sit and have a conversation or play video games or play a board game. Just build that bond. Like,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
never
I mean,
did
I
that.
know exactly what
I'm
you
just
mean. My my husband, who I'm actually separated from, so crazy. Uh, we were together since 1998. Okay. Um, and we were like friends. Like that was my ace. Like ace, and I could
mhm,
tell him anything. And but you know what? I was there was an attraction, so it was. I felt a little bit more than like, and it was so weird because I never like felt attracted, I guess, to
mhm.
anybody. To tell you the truth, um, he really was like my first love. Um, Yeah, no, he was my first love. Actually, he's my probably my only love ever. I mean, even though I did have a boyfriend in high school for like 2 years, but I mean, come on, it's high school. What the fuck you know about love? You don't know shit about love. And I
You just
knew
didn't
it.
know you
Like I mean, it was just something to do.
right.
And a lot of young men, a lot of young boys in high school were interested in me. So I mean, it just wasn't, but that just wasn't my deal. I was really focused on school because I wanted to get into a university. I
Okay.
met him in college. So I met him because of a mutual friend who actually liked me. He liked me a lot. And it's so funny because when he found out, he got so mad. He got so mad that he was talking to me. And I was like, well, dang. I mean, like, you don't own me. You're not even my boyfriend. What you mad for? Like, what the hell is going on with you? Like, what you mad for? The hell? So, but we were really good friends, and I loved talking to him. We could have any conversation. So that's what really pushed the my attraction towards him. And
Right.
I found like he could rap. He could rap. And for some odd reason that really, like, I don't know what it really just made me like really more attracted to him, because I would have never guessed that this dude could rap. I was like, nigga, you can rap? What the fuck? It was just weird. So, I think that's kind of where we were. But, over the course of time, people change, things happen.
Yes.
Sometimes things that you wish would last forever in your mind, the picket fence, whatever, it just doesn't happen. But, you move on. You move on. So it is what it is. But we never really had, at least I can't, and I really can't say that, like, even at the beginning, like, there really was no jealousy. Like, I was not a jealous person. No. And he wasn't either. Like, that wasn't, we actually, it's funny because people used to say that we looked like brother and sister. So we kind of used our looks for our advantages. So I'll be like, man, there's a waitress. Let's get some free drinks or something. Let her take it out. I'll be like, yo, my brother feeling you or something. You know what I'm saying? So it was always like a little game. So it was something that we were, that we did, and it was just kind of cute, and lo and behold, it actually kept the relationship a little bit exciting. Later down the line, it is what it is. But he knew that I was respectful. Like, I was never that type that went out to clubs and stuff. Maybe because I was just a little nerdy. I don't know. I just didn't. But as far as friend guys, like, I think after the separation, I don't think he necessarily believed me when I say these things, but I'm like, none of my friends are my significant other. Okay.
Right.
And if you ask me, I don't have to lie to anybody, like, especially to somebody who I'm not with. If I'm not with you, I don't have to lie. I don't have to lie to you. Like, who are you? Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
right.
What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
So, at that point, I'm just like, forget it. And so, but the thing is, and I think my main point is this here. I just feel like it is very possible for men and women to be friends. He have a friend that and it's so weird. I thought it was weird. And I think some men will try to do that to make you feel weird, especially, or make you feel insecure in your relationship. But I remember one girl that I knew about that he was friends with, and for some odd reason he acted like he didn't want me to meet her, and I was like, well, that's fucking weird. Now, this was like years into the relationship. I was like, well, that's weird. Why? Like, I really didn't even know a lot of his friends, to tell you the truth. I knew a section of his friends, but the other section, not really. So, but when I met her, I ended up meeting her by chance. And it was during an event. And when I tell you, this girl was so fucking cool, and I was looking at him like, nigga, that was you. You were trying to plant that seed for what? I don't know. But this girl was cool. It's like, she was cool as hell. And I loved her. I actually still talk to her. I still talk to her. And she's sweet. And I know this girl do not want him. She don't want this man. She don't want him. So I was like, so some men, I think, and women. So this doesn't it just do not apply to men. Okay, I'm just speaking from personal experience. But I do know that a lot of men and women do the same thing. They will try to make their significant other feel a certain type of way about their friends when there's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? Why they do that shit, I don't know, because it causes problems in their own goddamn relationship. I would just be why would you even want that? That's stupid. That is so stupid. I don't want that drama. Like, forget that. But I think when you get older, I think people get more insecure about themselves. Um, I don't know. He had nothing to be insecure about. He's very handsome. Still is handsome with his ugly self. But I'm like, I don't know why he did that. He just did not want me to meet her. Maybe because both of us talk shit. I mean, I think that's really what it was. We both talked a lot of shit, and but that's what kind of brought us together. And I think he just did not want us to double team on him. So, it was always a healthy double team. It was never a disrespectful double teaming on him, or coming down on him hard or anything like that. But she was just so cool. I love the girl. The girl's sweet as pie. And so, but anyway, but I just feel like I know for a fact, like even just that relationship right there, they were friends and nothing happened. Now, because my I don't know, what can I say, ex-husband, I guess. I don't know. Because my ex-husband is handsome, a lot of women will try to talk to him. And they did while we were married or while we were together. Let's put it that way. But a lot of men try to talk, towards the end when people knew we were separated. But prior to that, like, I was so unapproachable. Nobody really tried to talk to me, period. Like, and I think it was something about I don't know, my energy. My energy was so unapproachable. Nobody really tried to approach me anyway. It's so funny. I recall a story. A story where his friend, you remember his friend told you that story? When that guy tried to talk to me. Yeah. I was like, no, dude, no, you're not gonna. I just told you I'm married. Like, if I tell you I'm married, please do not disrespect my marriage. So, yeah, and I'm just like, no. And even though we're separated, we're not divorced. So I still hold my vows where they are at. But as soon as we are, I'm free. But it is what it is. But I still say, because I know he can. He was able to have female friends and just be friends with them. And like I said, he's a handsome guy. And of course, there were some of these little trifling ass bitches that tried to talk to him, even though he was married. But I already knew that was going to happen. So it never, unless he wanted to be involved in that shit, that was the only time. Like, if that was the case, that would be the time to get involved. But that's not the case. That was never our issue. So thank God that was never our issue, because that would bring up something else. So, but I could always count that, yeah, he was okay with being friends. And he ended up, he ended up being real cool with my friends. Like, he ended up going out. Like, I'd be like, damn, how you would think that y'all were best friends or something. Like, you would think that y'all met when y'all were 13 years old. Y'all leaving me out. Like, what the hell? And that's kind of how it was. But it was never an issue. I liked the fact that they could get along. And, it was good, because I don't want no problems, because I'm going to choose my partner first. My partner is who I will choose first. That's hands down. That is what it is, because that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? When you are in a marriage, you choose your partner. You don't choose your friend. You don't choose that work. You know what I'm saying? What does the Bible say? Back me up, friend. What does the Bible say?
Oh, you're talking about when it talks about your vows, one or your wife. I'm paraphrasing, But I mean, at the end of the day, it's respect. I mean, you respect each other. As long as y'all keep it honest with each other and keep it a buck, that's how I look at it. Cause I'm gonna say this: it's only two women I slept with, and we never did anything together, and I consider them friends. You know,
Mm.
people think that's impossible. They like, man, I mean, they were not bad looking women at all. They think, man, you ain't do nothing with them. No, because out of respect, I didn't do
Wait, hold
anything.
on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait, run that back.
No, I
You
said
mean
it's
just
two.
sleeping in the same bed?
Yeah,
Oh,
I ain't
okay,
making this up.
okay. No. I was just asking because I was like,
I know
that
it's
ain't make no
impossible.
sense. Okay, so now
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
yeah, it's two. We slept in the same bed and we didn't do anything together.
Well, that's possible. I mean, like that's why I say it's discipline and about respect about yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you
Mm-hmm.
can have respect for yourself, then yeah. I mean, I'm not out here like that. It's so much shit that's out here. I mean, man, look, Houston right now it is one is on top of the list right now for STDs. You think I want to be
I
out
can
there like
believe it.
that? Hell no. Fuck
I
no.
I can believe it.
Dallas is next. No freaking way. No way.
Wow.
That what kind of what do I look like coming out here with chlamydia? Hell no. Shit, I'm scared. Nope. I'm scared. I'm scared. Like these people be saying. No. No, I'm
Um,
sorry.
so they really goes back to how a person really value themselves. I mean, if you giving yourself away loosely to any and everyone, and what is saying playing like Russian roulette with your lives out there, it's something serious. But
No.
going back to the friend thing, I mean, like I said, it's possible. It's somebody you ain't gotta kick it with. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it honest with each other. Keep it a buck.
Yeah. Yeah. But what do you do when you come into when you in a situation where your partner doesn't want you to be friends with that person? Are you
Doesn't
going to
want you.
choose? Yeah, doesn't want you to be friends with that person.
Well,
What do you
I
think?
mean, they feel some type of way. I won't say no feeling some type of way, but if they're sensing something there, out of respect, I would do that because I don't want no problem at home. You know what I'm saying? To
Oh
me, that
yeah,
brings division. I don't want division at home. When you come home, home supposed to be sanctuary, home supposed to be peace, and vice versa. I mean, it's out of respect, you know. And I respect that now because a lot of times the person could see something there, and a lot of times we want to turn it blind. Oh, there ain't nothing there. But people watch every freaking thing. People know how to read body language.
yeah. Body language is very important too, because a person will know exactly, especially when it comes to attraction with another person. Even if you don't, even if you're not attracted to a person, you'll know if that person is attracted to you. Like you're gonna know. Like we
Yeah,
are homosapiens. We know, okay? Like that is just that's just nature. Like you know when someone is attracted to you. And I hate it when people play dumb and act like they don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't know.
yeah,
Like I'm just like, what? You know. The fuck you talking about? You
yeah.
know.
But
Come on now.
we was talking about that
Play
earlier,
dumb.
and we was talking about that earlier. We was talking about going back to being honest.
Mm,
You know, really going back to being honest with yourself. I mean, at the end of the day, the person already know, like you said. Now that person has to
yeah.
be honest with themselves. Say, you know what? Yeah, I am feeling this kind of way. Yes, I'm starting to develop these attraction towards you. But what do you do? Where do you go from there now?
Mm. What after the attractiveness? Like when you
Yeah.
what do you mean? What do you
All
mean?
right.
When you're friends and then you start becoming attracted to each other or what?
And you come attracted to each other. So where do you go from there?
I mean, at that point, then you pursue. If you are interested in somebody, then you pursue. You pursue your interests. That's how I see it. Um, You know, if I mean, we all grown here. So at the end of the day, I look at it. I feel like that's just what it is. If you know what you want, you get what you want. I have never been that type of person who has been oh, well, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm gonna do. No, if I know if I want something, I'm going to pursue it. Period. You know what I'm saying? But as a woman in this type of situation, to be perfectly honest, because of the era that I've been raised in, I was not taught to pursue. That
Right,
was
right.
that was never part of my DNA to be taught to pursue.
Hmm.
It was always taught from from the women in my family. If that man is interested in you, then he will pursue you.
When you
And
say,
I honestly feel like that's what a man will do. Like, if a man wants you, and I always hear, and back me up if you can. Let me know if it's not true. If a man
mhm.
really if a man really wants you, and a man really like you, he's gonna do what he got to do to get you, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Or
yeah,
is he
because
gonna give you the bare minimum? What he gonna do? He gonna give you the bare minimum, or is he gonna go all the way? What
I
he
mean,
gonna do?
he's gonna do all the way. Because at the end of the day, he's gonna look like, hey, tomorrow's not promised. Let me
Yeah,
go ahead and put it on out there, and let me go ahead and make it happen. If that makes sense.
yeah,
Because, like you said, if a person really does it, it's gonna do regardless or not. You have a lot of people like, man, if you didn't have that, oh man, you just talking. But if you really want to get at somebody, you don't allow anything to stop you from going after that person. And I do believe in nature taking its course because if you go into the intent of with pure motives, low, and don't go in with arterial motives and don't go in with manipulation, I do believe in nature taking its course. And I think that's
yeah,
how attraction develops because you don't go in with no type of ulterior motives or like I gotta get this person because I want to be with this person, but you develop a friendship there, and then eventually a friendship grows to something else
hmm.
because it's
It's
on. Go ahead.
no. I'm listening. I'm listening. Hi, Zay. Welcome. Sorry. I had to say hello to our supporters
Nah, you good. You
always.
good. You good.
Um, so I'll say this here. Um, this is why I say it's funny because as far as relationships are concerned, I don't feel like I'm qualified enough right now.
Hmm.
Not right now, although
Right.
my degree right now is in psychology, and
Hmm.
I am moving forward in that. I know for a fact I don't want to be in like marriage counseling or anything like that. Even though I've been married, I can relate to different obstacles in marriage, but those obstacles did not come until later down the line in my marriage. Prior
Hmm.
to that, my marriage was perfect. I had no complaints. It was a very successful marriage. We raised three beautiful kids. They are successful. Um, I mean, I have nothing. I have no complaints. I don't have no complaints. I can only thank God that it was successful. I love my father-in-law. I look at him like a dad. He looks at me like a daughter. I love my sister-in-law. I look at her like my sister. My mother-in-law, bless her heart, unfortunately, she passed away. But I've always like we used to talk all the time. So it was never an issue when as for me, as far as that is concerned. So I have no complaints. Um, but I don't I don't know. I don't feel like I'm really I don't know. I don't know what to say for about that. I
Hmm.
don't know. I have to give it back to you, friend, on that one.
But
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to give it back
I
to you.
mean, I did hear this, but too, and I heard this with too before too, and it makes a lot of sense. Either you gonna grow together or you gonna grow apart. I mean, alignment. Once the alignment is gone, the alignment is gone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a
Because
lot of
you either
sense.
gonna grow together or we gonna grow apart. That's just how it is, you know. And I just, I mean, nature runs its course,
It
but
does. It does. I think when I sent remember I sent you that Bible verse,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I really look at that, and I'm like, man, and it was by Dana Chanel. She's on Instagram, so I got to give her credit. But when I tell you that this young lady, I love her scriptures that she chooses and she picks out. I think that they are very insightful. So hey, follow her because she gives good, like she's, yeah, I it's impactful. Let's put it that way. So check her out on Instagram. She's already a public figure with a high number of people that follow her. So she is a very popular influencer, but her messages are very good. Versus and I compare a lot of different women and their take on different things. I know you heard of what's her Sure Seven, her take on relationships. I don't know. Are you familiar with Sure Seven?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so basically she's like, so her mindset is basically find you a man that's going to, basically do whatever for them. Like I almost see it as just like use them for what they have, just use them for what they have. And I just feel like that kind of karma will come back at you.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of the stuff she says makes sense. And I think a lot of women in this day of time is using a lot of their platforms and using that energy. So they are turning to, like, they are doing those things. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But it's just like, that's why there's a difference when I hear her messages versus when I hear Dana's messages. I wish I could put it on here, but let me see. Can you hear this here?
Doesn't recognize herself anymore. The Bible has a message for the woman who doesn't recognize herself anymore. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. The Bible's not confused here. It doesn't just say that the old version of you improved. It says she dies, she passes away. So if you don't recognize yourself anymore, that's not identity loss. That is obedience. Let me share 3 verses with you so that you don't think that you're going crazy. First, you were built for survival, but God turned that off. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. There was a version of you that could endure chaos. You stayed alert. You stayed sharp. You stayed ready. But God does not let survival become a lifestyle. Today that looks like nothing is actually wrong, but you still feel really tense. Life slowed down, but you still have a massive amount of anxiety. Peace feels foreign because pressure trained you. God is not reviving a version of you that he already released. Number 2, God often removes identity before he gives you direction. Isaiah 43, 18 through 19 says, remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? And I want you to remember these verses. Speak them over yourself. God often takes away the sense of who you are before he tells you where you're going. Yeah, so you may no longer resonate with old goals. Old motivations feel empty. This is not confusion. This is clearance. Our goal.
So I'm gonna leave it right there. So that is what I'm talking about right there. So, and the reason why I use her and how it relates to our topic, because I feel like some women, and not every woman, I am not the spokesperson for women, okay? But there are women that will be in relationships and will venture outside their relationship. And they will be influenced a lot by what other women say, especially when they're seeing their quote unquote glow up from the advice that they're giving. But the thing is, you got to be yourself. You got to be yourself. You can't allow things to tarnish the temple of yourself, the temple of who you are. You can't break that down, because once you do that, it's a done deal. So, for that woman who might have that male friend, okay, and then that male friend all of a sudden comes at you, like, and you're in a relationship, okay, and comes at you like, I like you, it's time to
Mm-hmm.
give it up. It's time to be like, oh no, you don't like me. You don't like me. No. So it's okay. And there are some women and some platforms that teach that behavior is okay. And it really isn't. It really isn't, because a man, I feel that a man that respects you would not put you in that situation in the first place. They would not put you in that situation to where you would have to go through that type of trauma or strife in your home. Like you said earlier, your home should be a peace.
Yeah,
So
your
when
sanctuary.
that kind of shit happens, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna go through some shit. You're gonna go through some shit at the house. So no fucking way. No. It's time to say goodbye. Sorry, like no. You're really not my friend at that point. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to cause trouble for me out of your own selfish desires. So, no. So I think a lot of women look to are looking at situations, because this is a patriarchal society. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't make it right. Don't get it twisted. But women have to realize that they are so much more than what they think they are. Um, and you don't have to use your body, your looks to prove that. You don't have to do any of that, and you don't have to endure suffering to prove it either. Um, but like I said, if a man is trying to come at you and they are your friend and you are in a relationship, it's time to give up on that friend, because he ain't your friend. He really ain't your friend. And he probably been stalking you since the beginning. Since the beginning. Yeah,
That's weird.
you already know. You already know. Yeah, that's why you're laughing.
That's weird. That's crazy.
No, but it's
Crazy.
true. It's true, because personally, to tell you the truth, and this is just real talk, I have had I don't consider I ain't saying that I'm America's Next Top Model, but I don't have a low confidence in myself. Okay, so I will say
Right.
this here: I have had men try to approach me, knowing that I'm married, and I'm like, the fuck what the fuck you talking about? Like, no, because no, you're not being my friend. You're not being my friend. You're being really disrespectful. That's what you're being. And at this point, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm done with you. We're done. We're done. Don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Because all that does is just cause problems, especially because I'm married. Now, if I wasn't married and if I was single, it would be different. It would be different, because prior to me getting married, I had a whole bunch of little guys that were trying to talk to me. I had a whole bunch of little numbers, you know what I'm saying? A whole
Right.
bunch of telephone numbers, but I wasn't married either. I was single, so it was nothing wrong with that. I was trying to get to know myself and everything else. So it was okay. Now mind you, I wasn't out there like that, but it was okay. It was okay. And I knew they liked me. I was like, oh, okay, he liked me. So all right. But don't play me either. Don't pretend, don't try to come in here like a little snake and act like, oh, we're just gonna be friends. And then you like me. No, just tell me straight up. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't like that, because I feel like now you're trying to play me. Just tell me straight up. Like you said, just being honest about yourself. Hey.
Yeah.
Look, I feel like I have more respect for a man when they are able to tell me exactly how they feel. That's how you're going to get my respect, at least. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to sit there and you're going to be like, well, I don't know. Now, I'm not saying, be an asshole, no, because you be an asshole to me, we done too. Like, that's like we done too. Like, no, like don't be disrespectful. It's a difference between being respectful and then just in expressing your feelings. It's a huge difference, and you should be able to express your feelings if that's your friend. I believe that all relationships should start with friendship. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I agree. So this, agreeing with you saying, it really just everything should be based on honesty and trust when you develop a friendship of all sorts. So basically, you're saying it should be based on honesty at all times and trust at all times. In other words, you should always keep it 1,000 with each other. And I agree with you
Yeah.
1,000%
Yeah.
on that. It shouldn't be nothing fake. It shouldn't be nothing phony. It shouldn't be what they say, gaslighting. It shouldn't be smoke and mirrors. It has to be 1,000 at all times. I
Right
do agree
there.
with that. Yeah, I
Right
agree with
there.
that. You're right about that.
What
1,000.
would you do,
Let's keep
homeboy?
1,000.
Look, what would you do though? I want to hear. Look, I'm trying to get into the goose, the gossip here. What would you do if you were with somebody? What would be your saying if you were with somebody and a girl approached you that was your quote unquote friend? What would be your saying, or what should be your saying? What do you
Oh,
think? Like, if you were married, because you have been married
mhm,
versus just in a relationship, or
right.
should they be approached the same way, or should they be approached differently?
That should be approached differently. Because one, going back to what we were talking about earlier, is keeping
Really,
it
you think
honest.
so?
Yeah, I mean, being honest with each other. Now, let me tell you something. You at the end of the day,
Yeah, you're
you
gonna have to
can't stop,
explain this one to me.
because you can't stop nobody. Because you really can't stop no. If somebody attracted to you, you really can't stop them from doing it. It's because people only be attracted to who you are. They see how you carry yourself. They see how you represent, and I guess it draws attraction there. Like, oh wow, I like how this person carry themselves. They're in a way. But cause one, I would treat it differently. I'm like, I won't say situation. You know what my stance are,
Mhm.
and I would not violate those laws. That's just me personally. Because I'm married, I'm not gonna violate them laws. Especially if I'm married to my best friend. I know that's my ace boon coon. Because I'm not gonna betray her like that. That's just me. That's just me.
Yeah.
And then you gotta respect that. But
Well, how
if you
about
don't,
when? How about if y'all are having problems? Because I feel like a lot
I'm
of
not gonna
people.
find. Go ahead.
I feel like a lot of people that are in relationships, whether or not they're married or in a relationship, when they have problems, they try to use that as an excuse to step out on their partner.
That's making matters worse. I'm throwing gas on the fire. I'm throwing gas already on the fire because it's gonna lead to something else. And I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of time, low 9 times out of 10, people only can find that somebody's gonna tell them what they want to hear, especially if this person's already feeling this. Let me tell you something. People be praying for your downfall. You notice that, right? People be want stuff to happen. So
Yeah,
why would I could find in this person? Even though deep down inside they want to take your place.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
And I think that's wrong to go find this person because all they gonna do is tell me what I want to hear with me, stroke my ego. Now I'm adding more gas to the fire, which it shouldn't have to be. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I heard something. It was a while back. I saw like, I don't know if it was a poster or video, but it was, no, I think it was like a story, like a story time, and it made a lot of sense. And basically, it was like this woman tried everything she could to ruin the marriage of this guy she was talking to, and I'm like, you're thinking you're getting a deal, but you really getting somebody who really violated a sacred vow and promise to the woman that they said they would never not violate towards. That's what you're getting. So basically you're getting trash. You're getting trash and
Mhm.
you thinking you getting gold. Honey, you getting some motherfucking fake ass girl that's gonna turn your finger green. That's what you getting. Okay? You're not getting you are not getting something that's good for you, sweetheart. But you know what, bitch like that, I feel like they deserve it. They deserve it. That's what they need. They deserve it. It's just unfortunate, and that's why I said women and or men, okay? Because I had an uncle who was married to my aunt, and she didn't deserve him. He was a good man, and she did not treat him right. So don't think that I'm biased because I'm not. She did not treat that man right. Okay. Um, but you're not getting a good deal. God sees everything, man. and karma will come back around and get your ass real quick. When you think that it's not gonna get you, it's gonna get you. It's gonna get you. No matter what you say. At the end of the day. So,
But
you know,
I mean, why? I mean, why step out on someone? It's just gonna make matters worse. I'll be looking at myself in the whole situation. I'm just looking at myself, and when you know that person is right for you, y'all right for each other, you're not gonna do it. Me, personally, going back to me, because I know people in this world is so very goofy and think differently. They think, yep, because it happened to this person, gonna happen to them. But I know that's when I'm married to my best friend. I'm married to the one I know, and I know this, and I know deep down inside in my heart, I know when I will have that person, I know I'm not gonna do anything to violate them because I know that's the person that's supposed to be for me. You just know spiritually.
yeah, that's true.
Oh, let me
You
ask you
do.
this: what do you think about this whole work wife, work husband? What do you think about that? What do you think about that
Oh, that
terminology?
shit dangerous. That shit is some dangerous shit right there. That's some dangerous shit. I mean, I ain't gonna. Okay. I had me a little work husband, but he was my work husband that my husband knew, and I knew his wife. His name was Richardson. Okay, white guy, old white guy. But when I tell you, he was like the male version of me. He was like the male version of me. And when he got out of line at work, I would call his wife. I would call his wife at work. I'd be like, "Come get your husband, cause my work husband is not acting right. He's not acting right." She used to work for like the Dallas Morning News, and so she would like at
Okay.
certain times. He was my work husband, and she was my work wife. Like let's just say she was remote work wife. But that's how I treated that situation. It was never a situation where I disrespected their marriage. I loved her. She was the sweetest lady. And she liked me. She'd be like, "He did what to you?" She's like, "Oh no, put him on the phone." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna put him on the phone right now." And so, that was my buddy though. Like he was my buddy. And it was all out of play. It was pure playfulness. It was never any type of disrespect because that's how it was. And it was something that he knew, like my husband, even though he didn't meet him, but he didn't meet him in person. He knew about him and he talked to him on the phone. So it wasn't like I kept him a secret. And I think that's the problem. A lot of people keep those people a secret because they want them. They want them.
Right. Yeah, they do. They do.
It ain't that shit. They want them. They want to be with them. They want to, they want to be with them on the side. Like real talk. That's just what that is. And that's how I feel about it. I read a story the other day that was fucking crazy. Wife ended up getting pew-pewed. Husband did too. Shit, they lost their lives over some mess like that. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, people are killing that. Look, you mess with, I'll never forget this. Like this guy said, was the inmate. He said, he was telling me a situation where no, I got it wrong. Okay, so it was an officer. I ain't gonna tell you, the officer too. So it was an officer that was messing with this nurse, right? And I knew about it. I was like, fuck. And I would tell him, I said, look, you better fucking leave that married ass woman alone before you lose your fucking life. I said, leave that married woman alone, man. I said, why are you fucking with her? I think that's one reason why dudes never really approached me. I think I was too masculine. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's what it was. So I knew about his situation, right? I said, leave that fucking woman alone. Like, why you keep on messing with this girl, man? And so he didn't believe me. That woman husband called his ass at the job and said, let me tell you something. If I don't have my kids and I don't have my life, I don't have nothing. If I don't have my kids and I don't have my wife, I don't have nothing. He was basically saying, baby, I will kill you if you don't stop messing with my fucking wife. I was like, ooh. I was like, I said, if you don't leave that woman alone, your ass gonna end up in like the goddamn Trinity. Like, leave this woman alone. Like, what's wrong with you? And it was so messed up because he had a girlfriend. He had a girlfriend that I knew. And I was like, she was so sweet. She was a teacher. She was sweet. Like, me and her got along well. Like, I'm a girls. I'm a girl. I think that's why I get along with girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I keep my friend circle very small. Don't get it twisted.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing to do. Yeah, that's the best thing to do.
Yeah, it's not huge at all. It's not
That's
big.
the best
I
thing.
got
Keep
my
it like
two
that.
best friends since I was 13. You're my friend. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, just keep it. If I was you, that's always good. Keep it like that. I mean, less people, less drama, less problems. I don't blame you for that.
Yeah, I
Hey.
think, damn, that's sad. I only have 3 friends. I'm only 14.
I mean, that's
but,
a
you
good
know,
thing because you don't want everybody in your life like that. You know what I'm saying? People bring
yeah,
demonic
they will suck your
spirits.
energy from you.
Right. People bring
uh-huh.
demonic spirits and you don't want the demonic spirits around you. I'm just saying.
Shit, family do that. Shit, your significant other would do that. But
yeah,
no, he had a girlfriend too. And I was like, man, I remember hanging out with them. We all went out to go watch like the NBA championships and stuff. And I was like, I'm looking at him. He was being all lovey dovey. I was like, fuck. And so when we got back to work, I said, motherfucker. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? I said, you got me looking at y'all being lovey dovey, and now I'm looking at you and this bitch over here being lovey dovey. What the fuck is wrong with you? I said, leave me out of it. I said, don't have me around this shit. I said, because the type of person I am, if you my homeboy, now don't get me twisted. I categorize people.
Okay.
I have my friends, and then I have just homeboys, homegirls. Okay, they're not really my friends, right? So I was like, dude, you putting me in a bad position. And now I'm not gonna snitch on you. I ain't finna go tell you, bitch. I ain't finna go tell you, woman, this shit. I ain't even gonna approach the bitch at the job. But I'm gonna cut your ass out. I said, because you know how I feel. I said, you know my views are very strong. I said, I'm a married woman, and you know that I feel like that is so disrespectful. I said, don't fucking do that shit to me. I said, just, I don't want to see that shit. I'm not covering for you. I'm not, no. Leave me out of it. So, needless to say, though, and my words didn't mean shit to him. He was going to do what he wanted to do. But when that husband called and threatened his life, he left her alone. He left her alone.
You know what? That's one thing I ain't finna do. I ain't finna fight with nobody. I said it before, and I said it on the platform all the time. If I gotta convince you to be with me, you're not for me. You remember the 5 Heartbeats? With the husband said, "Hey, they got about to prove my love." Hell no, I'm not finna do all that. Young man, go on with your life. I'll let you go. I'm ready for you to be happy than miserable. Cause I seen somebody that posted this on social media yesterday or the other day. And they was talking about, I don't understand how a woman could treat. We said something about a guy, a good man, a woman step out on a good man, she cheat on a good man. And then my response is, if it doesn't matter, if she's not romantically attracted to that person, it just happened. I mean, I hear people say, I'm a good man. Okay, you're a good man, but if she does not feel you on that level, dog, it's okay.
It's not okay though, because
Yeah, but
no, friend, it's not okay.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not okay because if she made a promise that she's gonna be monogamous with that person, then no, it's not okay. In my opinion, it's not okay. Now, if they are in a relationship and they have said we're gonna be in this relationship and we are gonna see other people and date other people, and that's okay. That's okay with me. Like if I was in a relationship and it's like, hey, you know what? This is not gonna be a monogamous relationship. We're just gonna be we're just gonna date, but we can date other people. I'm actually okay with that. I don't feel no type of way about it. Like
yeah, that's what I talked about in the beginning.
Yeah, I like when people, it's funny. It's funny the saying when people say, all I need is just the truth. Tell me the truth. When people say that shit, they really don't want the truth. because the truth will cut your heart into half, or your emotions into half.
Well,
But I'm the type of woman who really wants the truth. I'm a Cancer baby, okay? So I feel like you lie to me and you lie to me in my face. I feel like that is like, it's something about that. It's something about that. That's like, I feel like I'm betrayed by a villain. I do.
I mean, yeah.
I
I
feel
mean,
like,
by all means.
yeah, I
Oh, by all
can't know,
means, keep it honest.
I can
I mean,
do
yeah,
it.
by all means. I mean, keep it honest. I'm talking about like not in the beginning. In the beginning, then that's when y'all talk. That's when you talk about boundary. This when you talk about your philosophy. These are things that we don't address, and then we get off into it. Now in the middle of it, now that's chaos. Now you say it, and I agree with you. Now this stuff discussed there in the beginning, and that's in the beginning. You agree, you go along with it. Hey, that's on you. Don't get mad. When y'all talked about this, you agreed to it. So in other words, you think that the person should get them time to think about it. Don't answer so fast. Just sit and think about it. A lot of times people, oh yeah, I could do that. And then when they get off into it, they feel some type of way. Now
Well,
that's when you really gonna be disappointed.
that's why communication is so important. That's why, like, when you meeting somebody and you decide to date them, I feel like dating and being with somebody monogamously is different. That's my take on things. Okay. I think they're completely two different things. All right. Um, I would not feel no type of way if I was dating someone and we had that understanding and they started dating somebody else.
No.
Okay. Because I'm allowed to date somebody else. That is just the way I feel about it. Now, if I'm in a monogamous relationship and you and I have agreed that this is what our relationship is going to be, and you step out or you break that agreement, oh, we have a problem. Oh, we have a big problem. And I don't see it no other type of way.
Yeah.
Um, I just feel like that's some bullshit because not at any point, like you can't, and people are greedy. People are fucking greedy. Like they will
They
lie
are
to you,
selfish.
and you don't have to lie. You don't have to lie when you
You
want what
know.
you want. Sometimes you never really realize that just by telling the truth, you can actually get what you want. You can
Well,
get
it
what
is
you
low.
want.
But
Yeah.
it is low. They are scared of, and I heard this too. People, I'm gonna say people because we all different. Individuals are scared of the consequences of the truth. Remember when you were growing up and you did something, if you didn't want to get a whooping, no, mom said you did. I didn't do that. I didn't do that because you scared because if I tell the truth, my behind gonna get whooped. So that's how it is with adults. They know, okay, if I tell her the truth, I'm gonna get whooped behind this. But then you really make it worse because you gotta come a lie on top. I had a debate on this one time, and this guy was real stupid, and I disagree. When I said you can't tell your wife the truth, you can't tell me nothing. You can't be honest with your wife. Why'd you? Matter of fact, why are guys scared of their wives anyway? That's what I want to know. Why are you scared of this woman? Why you just can't be honest with this
I
woman?
don't think
You
they're
okay? You would.
scared of them.
Yeah, they scared. They scared of the. Yeah, they are. I'm just gonna say it out there. Yes, they are scared. Larissa, they are very scared. They'll lie. When you lie to your wife, you scared of her. Bottom
Dang.
line.
I never thought about it that way, to tell
Yes,
you.
yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Wait,
He
what are
lied.
they
He
scared
lied.
of though? Are they
He
scared
lied.
of the loss of losing their wife? Or are they
They
scared
scared.
of their wife?
No, they scared of the wife because they scared of the consequences that's gonna come behind it. They scared of the divorce. They scared of she's gonna leave me. She's gonna take me for everything, and that's what they scared of. But you making matters worse. Cause the guy told me, "To lying to your mom, and your wife is two different things." I said, "You know what? And you call yourself a Christian? Man, y'all Christians something else. Y'all call yourself Christian, man. Y'all
Yeah.
anyway." I,
Yeah, that's a whole nother. So look, we can go there too. Woo! We
but
can
that's
go
what I'm
there.
saying. They guys are scared of their wives. Guys are scared of their girlfriends. They'll tell the truth to everybody else. But they scared to
You know
keep
what?
tell the truth
You know
there.
what I always hear too? That someone used to always freaking say, it used to get on my damn nerve. Um and they wanted to throw statistics in my face and talk about women cheat more than men. I'm looking at them like, are you fucking
No,
serious?
no.
I'm like, are you
Wo-
serious right now?
Women
Like, are you
don't
fucking
cheat like that.
serious?
I'm a
I
man,
said,
and
now women might keep it to themselves. You might not find out that they're cheating prior
but
because they're not as sloppy as the men who are cheating. But
but still give you a dose of your own medicine.
yeah, yeah. I just,
Cause
I just think
it's
when you
like that
start
dog.
cheating, yeah,
It's
you
like
gotta
that
go.
dog. You keep mess with that dog, mess with that dog, mess with that dog. What the dog gonna do?
Gotcha.
Okay, what you think she gonna do? You keep stepping out, keep stepping out, keep stepping out, keep stepping. What she gonna do? She gonna do it. Cause in other words, she gonna say, "I want you to feel how I've been feeling."
Why is it like that though, man? Like I've met so many men that have
But it
and
does more damage to that man.
I don't understand how it is. Like,
It's
why is it
mental.
that like a man that and maybe this should be our topic for because I know we have passed our hour, but I would like to like address this question real quick. Why is it that if a woman find out that their man is cheating or cheating with their friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quote unquote friend, they are expected to forgive, endure, and move on. But if a man find out that his wife is cheating, then oh my God, it's the end of the world. Jesus Christ, she's a whore, she's a hoe, she's this, she's that, fuck that bitch, blah 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 blah. She's no good. She ain't been no good since the beginning of time. Since she's the reason why she's Eve's blood. She ate the apple. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is that shit about? Like, why is it such an issue when it's the shoe is on the other, foot? Like, I don't
Because
understand. Like,
talking about with him,
yeah,
talking about with him.
yeah,
Oh, see, with him
yeah,
cheating on her, and then eventually she just gave him a dose of his own medicine.
basically.
I mean, cause it's gonna hurt him mentally. It's gonna crush his ego because
Mm.
he's the only one not sleeping with her. Someone else is sleeping with her, and now that does something to him psychologically. Like, dang, was this man any good? What did he do? Because the first thing he gonna ask, was he good? Was he good? Was he good? Because now you destroyed his ego.
I'm gonna tell you about a situation. So when I was younger, I think I was like, this was after I graduated, and I had met this guy, and I broke up with him. Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was a serious relationship, and I call serious relationship when it's not just telephone. Okay, I had a whole bunch of telephone boyfriends, but that was just it. Okay.
Okay.
I wasn't out there like that. We're gonna put that right there. That is, I can count with one hand. Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah, right here. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Okay. So after he broke up with me, I feel some type of way. Maybe my ego was crushed. I don't fucking know. I was like, this nigga really broke up with me for real? What? So, but I was like, oh, okay, well, he broke up with me. Oh well. So anyway, I moved on, started dating someone else, but I was crushed by it because I was hurt.
Yeah.
I had my little feelings hurt. So I started talking to somebody else. But I didn't really like him like that. I guess I didn't really like
See,
him
key
like that.
word. You did not like him like that. See what I'm saying? You did
Yeah,
not
but
like him like that.
I still talk to him. But
But
afterwards,
you
I
wouldn't
stopped
feel him
talking
like
to
that.
him. Yeah, I wasn't feeling him like that. But I told him eventually. I did tell him. I said, "Hey,
See?
look, it's not working out. We just gonna be friends, okay?" And
Yeah, I
I
know. Y'all
actually
women
after
know.
that,
Y'all women know.
I never talked to him again. I never talked
Yeah,
to him again.
because you say you wasn't feeling him like that, and y'all
And I
know
was.
women. Y'all
He was
women know.
he was a rebound. He was a rebound. He knew it. I think he knew
Mm.
it too. And plus, I had my son, and he did something that I was not feeling. And I almost slapped the shit out of this boy. He did like this wrestling move. My son and him was watching WWE, and he did this wrestling move on my son, and my son got hurt. And baby, before I knew it, I popped that
Oh
dude
wow.
in his face. I popped him so hard in his face. Oh my God, that hurt. That made me so mad. I was like, "You did this to my son," and after that, I just was done with him. Like I was like, "I don't even like you anyway." So anyhow, I'm getting off the topic. So, but I had to throw that in there.
So you didn't
So
like him anyway, like that. See, go ahead.
it is what it is, right? So
Hey,
anyway, the
it's
guy who
normal.
I initially broke up with, who I did like, I ended up talking to him again, right? And we were like, "Did you talk to anybody afterwards or whatever?" He lied to me. I told the truth like a dummy. I told the truth. I mean, but okay. So I told the truth, and he was so upset with me. He was so upset with me. And he was like, "Well, I always thought that you would be like mine and you would never talk to anybody else." And I'm looking at him like, "What? So I'm supposed to be tied to you, with you, and without you?" Excuse me? I'm like, are you for real right now? Like, didn't you break up with me? And I just never understood that. And I just like, man, that's a weird. I was like, that's weird. That is weird. Anyway, needless to say, I left him alone because I was like, "Nigga, you weird." Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I'm
Who does
blaming.
that kind of shit? Yeah, I was like, "You weird." Like, I don't understand that. Like, you mad? Like, you really mad because I moved on after we
Wow,
broke up? Huh? So, anywho,
that's
whatever.
crazy.
Yeah,
But
ain't
hey,
that
it's
crazy?
weird.
Like, I don't get
Yeah,
that. But hey, yeah. Anywho.
it happens,
Mm.
unfortunately, allegedly.
So, but it is time, yo. It is time. The hours. This is a good conversation, man, and I really wish we had more time. But people attention span is only set for just so long, and so we gonna get on out of here. Maybe we can have a part two on this here conversation, and maybe we can bring in some friends and see what they have to say about it, because
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's a good topic. Relationships are always a good topic,
yeah.
especially because everyone have one. So but thank you everybody for joining the convo. We appreciate your time. We hey, thank you
I
from love.
appreciate you.
Yes,
We
yes,
appreciate
for
y'all again.
sure.
We
Yes,
appreciate y'all. So we better get a time
catch
out
us.
this thing.
Yep, catch us
And
when
Wednesday, back Wednesday, right?
Wednesday.
Wednesday at 5. Wednesday at
Mhm.
5. Wednesday at 5. So
Wednesday at
y'all be
5.
tuning in Wednesday at
Wednesday at
5. So look forward to that, man. Y'all have a great Thursday evening. What is this? Friday Eve for everybody. So, man, y'all have a great going into the weekend. So, man, y'all have a great weekend. And we'll see y'all here next Wednesday here on the
All
Just
right,
Saying
y'all be safe
Podcast.
out there. Peace.